I didn't notice you there. Sorry, I was just pacing around my room. But since some of my friends are here and there's not much else to do, let's play some Spirit of 77. Hey, everybody, let's go wide and meet the characters. Hey, joining us for the first time, the new Players Club is my boy Tark playing Edward Kavanaugh. Tell us about Eddie, please.
Well, I don't like to be called Eddie. It's rather vulgar. I'm a British citizen working in a strictly personal capacity, and all I have to say is that James Bond is strictly for amateurs.
Next, we have a returning champion from, we remember her adventures in Guns of Brixton, the ever dangerous Lizzie Wicked. Still got that flaming guitar, Lizzie?
Yeah, I've got a flamethrower guitar. It's kind of my signature move.
Nice. Have you been in prison since
every concert it comes out. I set things on fire. I got out of prison recently for drugs. I'm clean now. I still drink though. And I'm on tour with my band. It's great.
Wonderful. Sirius Lee is a new player from a returning champion.
My character is a investigative journalist,
nice.
And they are investigating all kinds of government corruption and trying to figure out how to make the world right.
And on to Angel, who's got a real wild man, a ex-con, good old boy, Truck Stop Terry.
Yes, that's correct. On my birth certificate it says Terrence Marlowe, but I'm Truck Stop Terry. I'm in it for the long haul, no matter where you're hauling or what you're hauling, which is why I've spent a little time in the Hooskow south of the border for smuggling a little of the druggling, as I like to say. But when you're smuggling the druggling, there ain't no struggling. Also a thing I like to say.
All right, we'll be used to hearing that a lot. There's a lot of reasons you guys came together, but unfortunately that's locked on the Patreon I didn't create. So we're going to get right on down to business. You guys are all working together for the B&D ambulance company. But right now, we got our theme music that we'll bring up on screen. Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. Feel the city breaking and everybody shaking. There's Staying Alive. So, I'm gonna ask you guys can all answer as you feel needed. What made you start working for the B&D Ambulance Company? Let's start with Edward Kavanaugh because I feel like that's the most interesting answer. And you're muted.
Well, I'm working with them because of who they're working with, and let's just say that they have some interesting business connections. And I'd like to look into those.
All right. Interesting business connections. Absolutely. Truck Stop Terry, how long have you since you were a truck driver now making the transition to ambulance driving? And what's the most interesting difference you've noticed?
Well, the difference is that when you're driving a truck, you're going to one place for a long time. And when you're driving an ambulance, you're going to lots of different places in a very short time. I've been doing this for about 5 years. I lost my truck driving license because of the aforementioned spice of business south of the border, smuggling the druggling, so there ain't no struggling. But
yay, we heard it again. Three minutes later.
Due to a brief period of time where I joined the Nation of Islam and legally changed my name to Mustafa Ali, I was able to change my name back and then get a different driver's license so I could drive for an ambulance. So that's why I'm back on the up and up.
Wonderful. Lizzie, have you been noticed at all by any fans while working in the ambulance?
Yeah, that's a daily occurrence. Honestly, I'm just here trying to make some money. We spent all our money on pyrotechnics, so
literally went up in smoke.
We should have budgeted better.
Yeah, but that's for nerds. So, seriously, how did this thing get the nickname the Disco Ambulance?
Oh man, how did it get the name? I think that we party after hours in the ambulance.
All right.
Oh, you bet we do.
That is wonderful and surprising and unsurprising somehow. And not
Somebody
wonderful.
once opened the disco ambulance and said it smelled like when the janitor arrives at Studio 54. So that helped give it the nickname.
So, which of you guys has the actual medical training?
I learned how to kill a man in a very few movements in the Hooskow. Does that count?
I
I
think
took
maybe
a first aid course once in high school.
All right. Well, that'll have to do. It sounds like seriously might have some medical training from the war. So here's hoping that's enough. All right. So speaking of partying after hours, I assume you guys also party a bit before hours.
We party during hours too, all of the hours.
All right. So you guys are at the
party.
Ragnarok, aka the Rock, Viking themed dance club. It's definitely seen better days. Its owner, Olaf Gustafsson, is a former boxer who opens the bar like clockwork at 8 p.m. in his Viking helmet and three-piece white suit. He's got the Viking shields on the wall, the disco ball, the DJ booth, and a replica ship. And you guys are hanging on and carrying on. Which one of you guys is telling the most long-winded story, and why is it Truck Stuff Terry?
I'll tell you about the time I had to haul from Tulsa, Oklahoma, all the way down to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It was a shipment of textbooks, and I will tell you, they say that you don't have no use for book learning after you leave school, but I'll say that the book learning put bread in my jar.
All right, Edward. What have you learned about American culture hanging out with Truck Stop Terry?
Every minute I spend with Truck Stop Terry is a new reason I don't want to ever engage with American culture ever again. I would rather be in Germany right now, and that's saying something.
Oh, East or West?
Take your pick, honestly.
Truck Stop Terry worse than East
choosing.
Germany. All right. Seriously, why hasn't Lizzie let you write any articles about her?
Oh man, this is a good question. Maybe
Is it
I'm
just
not,
a coworker thing? Is it that she thinks your articles are too serious?
maybe I'm not musically inclined.
All right.
I don't understand the tones.
All right. So that's what you two are arguing about now. Lizzie, how are you trying to get Sirius to appreciate music? Especially the
Well, I
loud,
play-
angry type that you play.
I play the guitar in the ambulance. I just start playing some of our songs. I don't think he likes it though. I think he needs to loosen up. I keep trying to get him to drink, but he
just prefers the siren or something. All right, so across the way from you on the other side of the bar is your rivals in the Waco Ambulance Company. Because the city is trying to do right by its taxpayers, the fire department, medical transportation, and luckily not the police have been privatized. So there's more than one ambulance company and there's more than one fire company. So Edward, the other people on your team, I assume, have a kind of prankster energy there. How are you trying to repair the relationship with Waco, the Waco response unit, or you're not even giving it? You're not even trying.
Those are our rivals, right?
Yeah, you guys are drinking. EMTs drink super cheap here before their shifts. You guys are going to be going on in around 20 to 30 minutes.
No, I'm not trying to repair any kind of reputation. I'm spiking their drinks, man.
All right, wonderful. All right, so one of the cool things about this system is we don't have to turn to the spiking someone's drink rules. But we do. Do you have anything specifically from being a kung fu honeypot that allows you to do that, or is this going to be one of those act under pressure situations?
Yeah, I don't have anything specific for that, no.
All right, so keep your cool by getting out of the way or acting fast. Why don't you roll 2d6 and add your hustle?
Certainly. That's going to be a 13.
A 13.
A
Okay.
13.
So,
Not good.
so you guys are chatting. Terry's telling a story about a stoplight that really was more of a suggestion. And you just see the other three people of the ambulance just drop and hit the counter. All right.
I
So,
didn't think it was that boring, but fine. I'll work on spinning yarns that'll keep your attention next time.
they
Yeah. Legally, what I just put in their drinks doesn't exist.
Man, I don't like to be the only sober one at the party. Why don't you slip a little bit of that non-existence into my existing cup, why don't you?
I don't think even your liver can handle that. Why don't you just have another martini?
I think if
Sure,
you cut open my
shaken.
liver, it would look like a boxer's ear.
Horrifying image. Please never repeat
and
that.
I doubted this character, Angel, and I apologize.
Why is Truck Stop Terry my hero?
Yeah. Lee, you're getting dirty looks from Olaf, Mr. Olafson, the owner. He just kind of looks over at the Waco guys passed out. And he knows that those guys can drink, so he's just
You look over at Olaf, ask him to take off his helmet, look at his ears.
That's good, Terry. I'm looking at Mr. Lee now.
I'm trying to give him an evocative image of what my liver looks like, Olaf. By the way, you still owe me a rematch in arm wrestling.
Yeah, you do that later. I think you guys, the big clock on the wall is saying it's time for you to pay up and get out of here and stop the foolishness, maybe. Lizzie, as he's trying to kick you out, you notice one of the more trendy music promoters is over nursing a martini on the other side of the room.
Oh, okay. I go over and talk to him.
Miss Wicked, how's it going?
I bet you regret not signing me.
Yeah, but the car insurance paid for it, so yeah.
All right. Well, I gotta
Actually,
go.
He looks over at you and he looks over. He says, "That one, a truck driver, a reporter, and a British guy. I had this idea for a band that you might. It's pretty cool. It's a bunch of civil servants, and they sing about stuff that people like in society, like the Young Women's Club of America, the Coast Guard. It's going to be a big hit. If you know anyone."
No. I just say no, and then I walk away.
I wasn't inviting. Okay. Anyone have anything else to do before you get started on the work night?
I take one more shot, and then I start heading out.
All right.
I'm going to make sure that I know exactly which IV bags I filled with booze and which ones are normal IV bags.
All right. You label the bags again.
I do my stretches, which consists of me standing up, and then I'm done.
Not even any arm stuff.
Nope, it's all in the legs.
Well, he's a truck driver, right? So, like, he gets enough arm stuff in the course of his job, but what he really needs to practice is standing up.
See, my left foot I like to call the hammer, and the right foot I like to call the right hammer. And I drop them both on the pedals with equal alacrity. That's a word I learned in prison.
I'm literally obsessed with Truck Stop Terry.
And they say American
My favorite OC
subtlety.
ever.
I mean, they're right, but no, I don't actually have a follow-up to that. They're completely right. Americans have no subtlety.
I got something subtle for you, pretty boy. How you like that?
I don't. Hate it.
That is profoundly disgusting.
Yeah.
It's the one profound thing about me. All right, I'm ready.
All right. Wonderful. All right. So you guys make your way over to the B&D Auto Garage. This is where ambulances are worked on and where the response teams often catch up on the sleep on the crummy couch in the break room. You got the cage. You have the break room with the ancient couch, bathroom, showers, the garage. You know, it's a pretty nice facility, straight out of Taxi. What's everyone doing once they get to their lockers, prepping for the night shift?
I put a flask in my pocket, and then I put another flask in my other pocket.
You guys are a tremendous fire risk, just in the sheer amount of alcohol, not even in you and around you. But
I'm checking my recorder and making sure that I'm ready to go for the night in case I get the next great American story.
all right, it seems all good. Edward,
Edward walks in, checks his hair, fixes it, goes to his locker, opens it up. There's another mirror inside. He checks his hair and fixes it, and then he reties his bow tie.
all right, bow tie. What are you wearing?
Why are you wearing a bow tie?
It's like it's after 6. What am I, a farmer?
So you have an EMT outfit with a bow tie above the group.
Yeah, a bow tie and a tux jacket. Come on.
All right,
Look, it's gotta look good, man.
all right. Don't get any blood on it.
Blood
Like Bernie
will
is in the
attack you
cage.
very easily. You'll
He's
be surprised.
the co-owner and manager, and
I go up to the cage and I say, "Hey, Bernie, did your guys clean out that vomit from the passenger side last night?"
yes, we did. And I don't appreciate the amount of illegal drinking and legal drinking that is happening in the ambulance. I think
That I just want to clarify something that
yes.
that vomit was mine. And
No, I could tell there was cat hair in it.
I left a few Klonopin in that upchuck, and so if you find it, I hope you return it to the lost and found, because I don't like to waste money.
Then don't eat pills that don't dissolve in your stomach, and then you won't have to throw them up. This is not complicated.
As much as I appreciate.
All right,
your
serious,
judgment
Lizzie. You know that Truck Stop and Terry and this Vermont guy could talk forever, but you guys have to get going. So how are you going to make this stop?
I'm gonna fire up the ambulance siren and get everyone into the ambulance.
Good. You get in the car, I'll tell you where to go. You get there, you can make money. I think that healthcare should be all right, but it's not, so we're going to get paid.
And
yes, Bernie is the name of the character in the adventure. And yes, I have played him as this character every single time, because why wouldn't you?
Oof, I didn't sign up for political commentary here. I'm just trying to be classic.
You have your NHS. Actually, one interesting thing about England, and then...
Hey, Terry, I got some whiskey. Come on, let's
Please
go.
don't drink while you're driving, at least.
What country is that whiskey from?
Germany.
Which Germany?
Western.
They even make whiskey?
Listen, I'm not going to consult the geography of where it comes from, because it's all going to the same country. My stomach's Sylvania, and I am the president and border patrol, and...
I'll drink to that. Here's a...
All right, get in the radio squad. All right. He goes up to the cage. Says, I'm going to call in here. There is a multiple homicide at Easy Rest Supply Warehouse in the Bells. $20 for each body you get to the morgue at City General. It's 12th and Salem. So, go there and have fun with it.
All right, I hear the siren song of my true love, and that's the disco ambulance.
All right, so Terry, you ease the seat back to where it was before. There's like 5 air fresheners hanging from the rear view mirror.
And that's only so that way you don't fall under the spell of my trucker pheromones.
Yeah, and it smells like it
Stop
sounds like
talking about
someone
your
started a lemon, was doing their laundry in a lemon grove in a pine forest. It's really not pleasant. But
Well,
who's in the front with Terry, by the way?
Oh,
Me.
me.
I'm gonna start playing the guitar to make him drive faster.
All right.
and also, you know, I can't drink while I'm driving because I gotta have my hands at 10 and 2. So I need you to pour the shot glass into my mouth, because Daddy
I do
needs
that.
Daddy needs his gasoline
Unfortunately-
just like the ambulance does.
He drives better when he's drunk. It's not my fault.
It's all
Not
a
that
matter
kind of
of
game.
relaxing my
Not that
nerves.
kind of game. Producer Danny would never let me air this if we say drunk driving is cool and funny. And I'd like to note that this is in the 70s when it was, before everyone found out it was dangerous and bad in the 80s.
It's terrible and bad, but it may also be funny, but it's terrible and you shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
PSA from me.
Anyway,
All right, Tipper
Terry, I'm
Gore,
gonna need you guys.
Do we have all the disclaimers we need to, or can we continue
Let's
having
keep
fun?
your cool by getting out of the way or acting fast. Since you are a good old boy, you get to add the 2 power of the disco ambulance to your roll of your hustle score. So this should go pretty well.
All right, my hustle is
Before
1.
you go, you do get on the CB radio that you had installed in the ambulance.
Yes.
And there's a manure truck jackknifed on the highway, so you're gonna have to use side streets.
Okay. All right. So what am I rolling? What am I
2d6
rolling?
Plus your
2d
hustle, plus 2. Maximum of plus 4.
All right, 2d6. All right, I rolled a 6, so that's plus. What am I at?
Your hustle should be at least 2.
At least 2, because I made it a 1.
All right, but it's plus 2 for the car, so that's
So
a 9. All right, so you managed to get you hit the side streets and managed to only put minor damage on the vehicle.
That's okay. She likes a little love tap from time to time. Keeps her feeling alive.
Is anyone not wearing their seatbelt?
I don't think
Does
we
this
wear
thing have
seatbelts in the
seatbelts?
70s.
It has seatbelts.
What's a seatbelt?
No, we sold those.
All right, everyone takes 1 armor piercing. As Terry takes an unadvised jump and everyone hits the roof. All right. Might be time to sew some seatbelts real quick, but you guys have arrived at the Easy Rest coffin warehouse. There is a gate, and the Waco response unit or another ambulance company will eventually get here, so it's time to move fast. So,
Sorry, do we see the bodies or?
The bodies are inside there. There's a locked gate.
Okay.
So we're getting paid based on the number of bodies we bring back, right?
With the caveat that you won't be creating additional bodies.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, okay, yeah. Okay,
So
right.
the gate
Remember
blocked.
the
Here's the
incident.
plan. Right,
Remember
here's
the
plan.
incident at the cadaver school.
Here's the plan, right? Lizzie and Lee, carry as many bodies as you can back to the ambulance. Terry, be ready to hit that damn accelerator and get us back to the depot as fast as possible. I'll run interference and make sure nobody fucks with us. Everybody okay with
Actually,
that?
do you have what move did you take from Kung Fu?
Kung Fu?
You have Way of the Fist, which lets
I
you.
have, 1,000 points of silence.
All right.
I can just paralyze people if they try to fuck with us.
All right, cool. So you don't have the ability to jump and run over this gate.
No, but I can just schmooze our way past.
All right. So Lee, what's your plan here? I mean, Lizzie, you could also have ways to get past a gate.
Yeah, I can use my flamethrower guitar to melt through the lock.
All right.
Should I do that? Should I?
I cannot encourage you to do that. Your fellow players.
All right,
can.
I just
Seems like a
I
good
can't
plan.
open I can't
Again.
open it, so I'm just gonna use the flamethrower guitar.
I'm surprised that you being an ex-con can't pick a lock, but this is more fun.
I do have prison jury rig as an ability, so I could. I think it's pretty clear that I could just
Yeah,
pick
but
the
it's
lock.
so much more awesome to use a flamethrower.
Yeah, but I don't
That
even
doesn't
have the
pick a lock.
shrooms right now that makes it a really prime experience for me. But
I
I'm
could
okay.
karate chop the gate open. Just
All right, so you guys, the lock melts. There's like the stink of rust being melted off the lock, and inside
That
the
smell
warehouse.
is not coming from me, I promise.
Yeah. Take it down about 20%, I think.
Oh.
This is an amazing character. There are other players.
Okay.
Gotta let them take a bite at the apple.
I don't know, man. I'm all in for Truck Stop Terry.
Well, there's
I'm
several
enjoying
episodes of
Truck
Truck
Stop
Stop Terry. You know.
All right.
I want a solo episode with just him.
So do I, but this isn't it.
Truck Stop Terry's gonna have his own spin-off series. Let's be real.
So 3 bodies with multiple gunshots in each victim. Each has been stripped to the waist with different parts of their body removed: ear, eye, and arm. It looks like maybe they had X-Tech enhancements that have been forcibly removed. X-Tech is that strange 70s super tech that rebuilds, soldiers and can make a computer so small you could fit it in a large locker.
Truly mystical.
Yep. So that's what you guys see as you get around to the bodies. I assume Lee, Edwin.
I start taking the one that's missing an arm and put it on the stretcher.
All right. Lee, what's the plan?
I take 5 tranquilizers and then investigate the body.
All right. All right. So, Edwin, you are trying to get over. Lee has collapsed from drug use. You guys need to induce bomb. I'm not even going to let you roll.
Okay, that's 20 more bucks.
Yeah, you're right. So, one of you guys has to resuscitate the EMT. What's the plan?
Oh, I'm fine.
I put Lee on another stretcher.
Yeah, just load him up, honestly. Worst case scenario, we
I
get
carry
paid
the
for other
stretchers
corpse.
into the ambulance.
I wake up suddenly. I'm like, oh, I'm fine. I'm good.
All right, you have the sudden urge to just, all right, so you boot and rally. Terry, you're adjusting the mirror. You see, okay, they're bringing in the bodies. They've stacked. They put them in the back, and then Sirius Lee gives the thumbs up.
I want to investigate the bodies and check out this X-Tech, though. I want to see.
That's a good. Why don't you take a roll plus brains to scope out the scene? I was gonna say assess the situation. That's it.
I got an 8.
All right. Ask one question from the list.
I don't have the list in front of me. Can you read them off?
Cool. Yes. What's the fastest escape route? Is there anything hidden here? Who's in charge around here? Who's the toughest person in the room? Who's the most vulnerable person in the room? Who knows more than they're letting on?
I want to know what is hidden here.
All right. So, if someone shot these guys and took body parts out, there must be someone putting these body parts together. You know, you've met someone with a prosthetic leg or like an eyeball that's post-consumer, but this reeks of conspiracy to you.
Interesting.
And the body parts were taken after they died. You noticed that because of your medical training.
Yeah, that's something I'm going to want to check out.
So who's riding in the back of the bodies?
I think I am because I want to investigate. I want to keep investigating these bodies and see if I can figure out what kind of tech they had.
You guys find buried under the potato chip bags and IVs and other stuff that there are seatbelts. And having various bruises on your upper arms and head, you decide if Terry's driving like that, might be a smart move to get that going on.
I could have sworn we got rid of those at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, didn't we sell them for scrap metal? Oh, maybe they
Yeah,
did.
the other ambulance crew reinstalled them. And you notice that they put like barbs on them so that if you try and remove them, they actually cut up your fingers pretty bad. So
Cowards.
yeah. Well, Edward, do you realize that Truck Stop Terry is driving on the right side of the road? For you?
So right from my point of view,
Yes.
to his left.
Yeah.
Sure. That's fine with me.
I'm just doing something to try and make you feel a little bit more at home, Mr. Bowtie.
At least someone in this bloody country is doing something right.
All right, another car swerves. You see another ambulance driving past you guys, to the scene. But I assume you guys.
Suckers.
All right, you guys are making your way to City General.
Is
Yeah, I
that
suppose so.
All
We
right.
gotta get paid.
You got to get paid. It's a good point. So, good news, bad news. Good news is you're making good time. The bad news is, Lee, as you're examining the one without an eye, his arm reaches out and grabs you by the throat.
Oh shit.
All right, time to take a hit or get out of the way on this one.
I'm gonna try to dodge him.
All right, roll plus hustle, baby.
And 7.
All right, so you can either take half harm, which would be 1, or you can take no harm, but you're knocked down or someone else takes the hit.
I'll take half harm. He's choking me, and I'm trying to grab him and pull him off.
Yeah, Edward, Lizzie, you're back there. Lizzie, you're in the front playing your guitar some more.
Yep.
But Edward, you see one of the bodies still trying to choke out Lee.
Whoa! I have not had that much to drink yet. What is going on?
What do you do?
Gonna have to use. Let's see.
You have that kung fu technique.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna use the sun never sets style to to break the dead body's grip on Lee.
All right, roll it. Roll plus hustle.
Yep. The dice have betrayed me. That is going to be a 5.
All right. Is anyone else trying to help you? I guess Lizzie could reach back. Terry, your hands are attentive too.
Have I seen what's going on back there
Yeah,
yet?
you hear Lee go. Oh! So what do you do?
Okay. I try to hit him on the head with my guitar.
All right. Roll plus bonds with Lee. So 2d6 plus 1.
Okay.
I think everyone's rolling with a different program or real life or other stuff, which is funny.
Yeah, I'm just using the Google one.
Nice.
2d6 plus 1, you said?
Yep.
Okay, so that's a total of 9.
All right. So you get involved too. Edwin, you can roll one more die and take the best 2 of the 3.
Well, if it rolls at least a 3, then it'll already be the best one. Okay. That was plus hustle?
Yep.
Yeah, so that turns out to be a 10.
All right, so you managed to forget that you can't reach the part of the arm, but then it lurches back as Lizzie smashes it, and you're able to freeze its arm in place and ratchet it even farther down until you get to the hospital. So, Terry, you guys gonna tell Terry what happened?
Is this guy still alive? Like, or is he?
No, definitely no vital signs. Might be an additional. Because you examined the body, you imagine there might be an additional X-Tech device.
I don't see a reason to bother Terry at this point.
No, don't tell Terry. He'll get distracted. He needs to focus on the road.
Just keep driving, Terry. You're doing great.
Yeah, nothing to see back here, Terry.
They call me the Michelangelo of the asphalt because I make truck driving an art form.
Do
That's
you
right.
even
Good
know
work,
who
Terry. Keep
Michelangelo
going.
was, Terry?
I believe he had an awesome pair of nunchucks.
Wow, you're some kind of time traveler. That's very impressive.
I just remember watching some movie where Bruce Lee was fighting with some guy with nunchucks, and I think his name was Michelangelo.
Can I investigate the body and see if I can figure out what kind of X-Tech this guy has?
You know enough that this is some kind of adrenal booster.
But he's still dead.
Kicked in when the trauma kicked in, automatic post brain instruction.
Interesting.
Anyway, you guys get to the hospital. You park in the regular spot. and you guys get paid at the pay window. You come on up to the pay window. There are a lot of fans here, and there's just a bunch of people crowding around. What are y'all doing? There's kind of a line that might prevent you guys from getting into the ER, in fact.
Ain't nobody that gets between truck stop Terry and the pay window. So if I gotta start shoving some punks aside, I'll have to do it.
All right, how about the rest of you?
Who are these fans?
Do you think they're here for you?
I don't know. Do they know I work at the hospital now?
Like,
or the ambulance?
I don't know what you know about what they know. What do you do?
Well, I guess I start throwing a concert for them to get them out of the way.
All right, so.
And signing some autographs.
All right, roll plus soul, I guess. You have a move for like God of Thunder or something like that?
Yeah, I've got God of Thunder.
All right, so when you read that move for us us in YouTube land who aren't looking at your player book.
YouTube land. Okay, so
okay, this is going to be
God of Thunder.
15 Quibi episodes.
If it's too loud, then they're too old, and it's time to use it to your advantage. When you play your instrument, turn up the volume and roll plus soul. On 10 plus, multiple targets within the scene get deafened, staggering around at a disadvantage. On a 7 to 9, only one target gets deafened.
All right, make it so.
And I guess
all right.
I can be Lizzie Wicked's hype man in this. Ladies and gentlemen, tune your ears to the most bodacious sound you've ever heard. Lizzie Wicked.
Nice.
And on and on and on.
All right, what did you roll?
I rolled. Pull it back up. 9.
All right. So you make it enough distraction so Terry's able to push his way through with the body, you know. Lee, you are at the hospital and you do feel pretty crappy considering the hitting the roof and then getting grabbed by the neck.
Yeah.
Are you going to spend some of your try and get some favors or work the room to get some medical attention here?
No, I think I'm all right. Other than the tranquilizers I took, I'm not too damaged or anything. I'm more interested in the story of what happened to these guys. So I want to see if maybe I can talk to the doctor and try to get an idea of what happened to these dudes.
All right, so you're going to try and get over to the admitting?
Yeah.
All right. And that's not the fan. That is the light. So you're making your way over. You push through the crowd. And Danny, let me know, by the way, if that is coming through on my audio, because I turned it off. But it's a very hot night in North Hollywood. Wonderful. It's good. You're pushing through. The doctor's pretty busy, though. You're going to have to give him the third degree to get answers because there's just people moving in and out. And it turns out the big crowd is for the NTI Juggernaut Derby ball player, Tony Cannonball Colombo, who injured his shoulder. And his fans are all here trying to get pictures.
Yeah, can I try to push my way to the front of the crowd here?
Yeah, you are wearing an ambulance. You are wearing an EMT outfit, so yeah, you're able to get through eventually. But you do know that Eddie's a lot more charming than you are. Maybe you can enlist his help in some way.
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
What are you gonna have him do?
Maybe he can schmooze his way into finding out what happened, like how these guys died.
Mm-hmm. Do you?
Yeah, I can probably, charm whoever is in from the medical examiner's office or something. Just,
sure. What moves did you take from the honeypot?
I'm just the normal one and the one that applies to people who are trying to actively kill me.
All right, Angel Eyes. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is not going to help you very much now, but
Yeah, but I'm incredibly charming, and maybe the person who's here from the coroner's office might be inclined to share their information with me before they.
this feels like a get what you want. Why don't you roll plus smooth?
With pleasure. That's gonna be an 11.
All right, so the Doctor Heath Ogleby just gives a yes, wonderful. It's good to see someone else from the and just no. Why don't we're going to have to investigate? But if you come back later, I'll be able to prepare your report. Right now, all I have is guesses, and it looks like these people were shot, and then things were removed from their bodies, not very cleanly. So,
Anything you might be able to tell me before you share it with these colonial morons would be very much appreciated.
absolutely yes, very good.
Excellent.
All right, so you guys get paid. Anyone who has the buzz cash can mark experience. And we, how are you guys going to kill time before you get your next assignment? Or are you going to actively try and follow up on this story?
I want to follow up on this story.
All right, what are you going to do? There's a payphone. You can try and call some contacts. I know you get those as a journalist.
Yeah, I want to see if I can call anybody to find out whether or not they were shot, right?
Yep.
I want to see if I can call anyone and call my contacts and see if anybody knows anything about a shooting recently.
All right. Why don't you roll plus it's smooth, right?
Yeah.
All right, make it happen.
I got a 7.
All right. So you're going to take one heat because you start asking a lot of questions and you notice that there's a police officer patrolling the floor of the hospital. He just gives you a look as you start asking maybe far too many awkward things. This is oops. This is sorry, Lieutenant Luther Banks. Theme song, Ain't No Justice by the Temptations. This is the guy who how did you guys piss off Lieutenant Luther Banks? By the way, how did your ambulance company piss off this detective?
I don't think his car appreciates love taps the same way that the old disco ambulance does.
All right, so he sees you. He just stares, and he's just moving towards the car, which you guys know is a rolling evidence locker. Lizzie, Terry, you're the only one there because Eddie is still inside. What do you do to keep this guy away from checking what's in the IV bags?
I start waddling towards him and ask if he's ever heard my story about the time I hauled from Barstow all the way to Kansas City, Missouri, and then all the way to Kansas City, Kansas, just to...
That's not very far. One, that's not very far. And two, you've been dead in my car, Terry.
Quick.
And I know you served 5 years down in Mexico, and that don't make me too happy.
Quick, Terry, seduce him.
Well, I think that driving a car is a full contact sport, much like making love. And I'll tell you, I make love just as hard and rough as I drive.
While he's doing that, I go and hide all the stuff he doesn't need to see.
Well, after you say that, he storms away. Take one heat, Terry.
Okay.
As he's gonna go write up a report. He's gonna go to the law book and see if he can't put something on this. Seducing an officer.
Put a citation up Truck Stop Terry for being just too damn sensual.
For truck stop related indecency. Truck stop Terry, indeed. Anyway. Lee, you get a call from old Aunt Ida, who said that a car crashed in her neighborhood. And if you could check it out, that would be great. It's over near Benson. You're an ambulance driver, right?
Yes.
Well, maybe there's a body.
I signal to the others and I say, I think I got a payday.
Nice. You have to put more gasoline in your guitar anyway, Lizzie.
That's true.
Maybe more specific.
All right, so you guys are headed out over to Benson. It is at 310 Benson. Who's in charge of the radio, by the way? when Lizzie's
nobody
guitar-
touch it. Listen, every inch of this car is my beloved mistress, and that means the radio as well. And I've got a tape of Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and sometimes Young, and we're all very familiar with the lyrics to the full version of Sweet Judy Blue Eyes by this point, because it
All right.
is a masterpiece.
All right. So, a modest 2-bedroom home with a dying front lawn and a parking garage in the back. The garage, you guys pull up front. The garage is filled with boxes, old and barely used tools. And on the lawn is a blue Eldorado slammed into the side of the garage. I should have led with that one. But yeah, Lee's
There's a
aunt
man
was
who likes to drive like he makes love too.
could be licking doorknobs at the hospital right now. Eddie, what do you do? What are you thinking?
Oof. Probably
By the way, if any of you spent some time at the hospital, next time you go there, you can spend time and heal one arm. That'll slow down the investigation, but it might be worth it, you know.
Yeah, probably a closer look at this Eldorado, which has been gently inserted into the building.
All right. Do you want to scope out the scene?
That would seem appropriate.
Roll plus brains, baby.
Splendid. 9.
All right. Ask one question.
We just pull that up.
Sure. Terry, as you are leaving the ambulance, the radio cracks to life.
It's getting to the point where I'm no fun anymore.
The CB radio, the radio with the station, not the.
Breaker. This is Sweet Judy Blue Eyes. Who am I talking to?
This is ridiculous. You keep changing the nickname. Truck Stop Terry is already a nickname. You can't keep changing a nickname.
Every truck driver has
There was a
CB
car
name.
accident reported at 310 Benson. If you guys could investigate that, there's a bonus in for that. So, just so you know. How far away are you guys?
I think we're on Benson.
That's a lucky coincidence. Is this one of those things where I should stop asking questions?
You're the one asking. I ain't gonna tell you how to live your life regarding asking questions.
Were you responsible for the car accident?
I'll say I just I leave a little bit of influence in every little inch of
The
life I
answer
touch.
should be yes or no, and it shouldn't be yes.
The answer is no.
Thank you,
No.
Eddie.
No. Thank you, Eddie.
All right.
For
Well,
both,
should be more
for
fun
both-
than the coffin warehouse. Hangs up.
for both legal and actual purposes, the answer is no.
What did you roll, Eddie?
Yeah. So my question is there anything hidden here?
Oh, there's a lot hidden. As you walk into the garage, I assume that you have at least some ability to pick a lousy lock.
Of course.
Yes. Well, you managed to open the garage, and there are a lot of scales. There are a lot of baggies. There is a this is a drug house.
And a very
Yeah.
unstylish one.
Yeah. Yeah. Household maintenance equipment, old board games, and a hidden marijuana plant. And a blood trail leading towards the kitchen. But, there's some risk going in there. Who are you going to send ahead to actually deal with what's going on in there? Or will you do it yourself with your bow tie? Sure, whoever's in here will appreciate that.
I mean, I would just communicate to the others. I'm going further in. There might be something interesting. If you hear screaming, probably help me. But at that point, I'm going in. I'm following the blood trail.
All right.
Sure.
The blood trail goes towards the kitchen. We have the mustard-colored furnishings with the Mr. Coffee and an expensive new microwave oven. Ooh. Half-empty boxes of breakfast cereal litter the countertops, along with dozens and dozens of blue baggies and twist sticks. Past the living room with a coffee table with weed, an album cover of Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, traces of Coke. What's the order? Who's following you next?
I'm coming in.
All right. Lizzie, Terry, who's close?
I'm looking at the truck. Is there anybody in there?
The El Dorado is a sports car, and it's
The sports car. Sorry.
yeah. Whoever putting the pieces together a few minutes later, you'll realize that whoever drove here had the gunshot wound and crashed because it's really hard to drive. Actually, Lizzie and Truck Stop Terry have friends on the inside, right?
Yes.
Do you have to roll for that, or is that something you just have?
Let's see.
Let's see.
My
Friends on the
fan
inside.
is connections.
Yeah, when you contact your former inmates for information about a crime or a possible criminal introduction, roll plus smooth.
All right, so Eddie, you have a shotgun pointed at you as you turn around the corner. The disco ambulance is nothing if not really loud when coming into park. But the person stops and points up the shotgun when they realize Truck Stop Terry is with you guys. So the person with the shotgun is Dodie Cordova. You know her as the put-upon wife of small-time drug dealer Jason Cordova.
Dodie, que pasa? It's been years.
And on the ground, bleeding out with some paper towels covering his sucking chest wound, is Joey Bag of Donuts Bagadorazzi.
Oh, I see you have other company.
Yeah, this fuckface shows up out of nowhere saying he got shot, and apparently our house is just a fucking hospital. You would know, you work at a hospital. You don't just drive to someone's house, but apparently we're in the neighborhood, so.
I'd say your house smells slightly less of vomit than your average hospital.
Thank you. A little courtesy. I just want to say you be a little fun. Don't you die on me, Bag of Donuts. You all. Who's this?
No. Why don't we all calm down? My associates here can deal with this unsightly bleeding person, and I can make sure that no unpleasant ramifications happen to anyone who might be involved.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like I should slap the blood bag in the back of the car.
Mm-hmm.
Slap bag.
Take the.
I start putting
actively dying fellow aside.
what was his name? Donut, whatever, on the
Joey
stretcher.
Bag of Donuts Bagarazzi.
Yeah. The
Yes,
donut
get him out
man
of here is very
on the stretcher.
inconvenient.
All
I'll
right,
grab
so
the other end
Furious,
of the
you
stretcher.
have first aid training, right?
I do.
All right, so why don't you roll +2 to stop the bleeding? Make sure this guy's shelf stable.
Serious, get off.
And Lizzie, I'm going to let you help because you seem to be acting with professionalism in this situation.
I had a 7.
All right. So, do you want to help Lizzie?
Yeah.
All right, roll it, and if you get a 7+, Lee gets to roll an extra die and keep the top 2.
Okay. I got 8.
All right, so you are definitely in there. It's no time to deal with the fact this is a drug house. Not your problem. And no time to even make an introduction who could make you some money. Roll another die, Cole.
2.
All right. Does that increase your...
Sorry, what?
Does that move you? No, it doesn't. That would keep you in the 7 to 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to get to the emergency room stat. But guess who's blocking your guys in with their big square ambulance? It's the Waco guys.
Oh, God damn it.
Hey, get lost. This is our case.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
It's Freddie Fuchs, Victoria Steinem, EMT, and Perry, the driver, who, a.k.a. Erndale, a former NASCAR driver until, his nervous breakdown in 73. So they want the body. Eddie, what are you doing?
Let's all take it easy. We've already got a claim on this, but I have a lead on a 3-man hit going down in Harlem. And we can make this all go away. If you feel like picking up that.
Where?
There's no trouble for any of us.
Where was it and why isn't it on the wire? And you can see there he's looking for something. He's got the jaws of life. He's getting right out of the ambulance and he's walking towards you because he doesn't like your British respectful shit.
Well, it's not.
But you have to move angel eyes, so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because
so when you look deeply in the eyes into someone who bears you harm, who means you harm.
Roll plus smooth.
You be the velvet glove, Eddie, because all I've got is iron fist.
What's funny is that there was supposed to be a fist fight with these guys as a starting part of the adventure, as the fuel injection, but you guys completely by accident skipped it. But it doesn't mean
by accident. It's because
you can't keep a good EMT down.
Agent.
What did you get?
That is going to be a 10 for Angel Eyes.
All right, so he looks at you.
Pretty little angel eyes.
Pretty little angel eyes. What British charm do you lay on that gets him to not only let you go, but check out this false lead?
Yes. Come on. I have no investment in this colonial squabble. I'm far too classy for this. You can trust me because I have a very upper-class British accent.
You do? He does have that accent, boss! Shut up, Perndale.
If you can't trust the BBC, who can you trust?
What's that?
The British Broadcasting Corporation.
Well, that's fancy. All right, Perndale. Even though Fuchs is mad at you, the limo, the other ambulance just drives out of the driveway and down the street. And he's chasing. Wait a minute! I'm not in it. And as it drives away and you head to the hospital, we're going to go to our first break. So everyone, grab a snack, get some water. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Game Society X is brought to you by Agent Web Development. I liked it so much, I made the company.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're back from commercial. Hope you enjoyed those ads for Gettysburg beer, taste the history, and cool cigarettes. Sorry, keen cigarettes. They're not cool, they're keen. You get in trouble for that one. All right, so we see you guys pulling into the ambulance. The crowds have dispersed. The hospital is eerily silent. And you guys take the crash cart to the ER. But Edwin, the doctor, does take you aside and tell you that whoever removed the pieces had some sort of surgical training. This wasn't just there's no aftermarket or loosely, used equipment. It has to be taken by someone who knows what they're doing. But they're going to bring... Are you guys doing anything before they bring in Joey to the crash cart, to the ER?
I want to interrogate Joey.
All right. So I assume you're doing this in the ambulance?
Yeah, on the way over, I'm like, who shot you, man? Like, what happened to you?
Are you sitting where you were the last time, or are you gonna make Lizzie go in the back and you interview him from the front seat?
No, I'm gonna sit in the back.
All right. All right. I'm gonna say roll plus brains to give him the business. This is give
Minus
someone the third degree. What'd you get?
6.
All right. So he grabs you by the throat,
Damn it.
but by the time you try and get him off and do all that rigmarole again, he's unconscious. Use his last bullet. He was gonna tell you something, mark experience, but now it's just he's unconscious and bleeding out. That's all you can do to keep him alive to get him into the crash cart.
Okay.
I have to say, I haven't seen somebody get choked that much in one night without also asking to get spit in their mouth. So that's a new one for me.
Prison. Don't go there. That's just a lesson for the.
Can I find out whether or not he was shot with an X-Tech weapon or something?
It appeared to be a small caliber weapon, not Doty's shotgun.
Okay.
So you are able to confirm he was shot somewhere, not necessarily the warehouse, but somewhere before he came over. Anyway, everyone heal 1 harm. There's some downtime, and you guys are technically training to be EMTs, so you do some patchwork medicine on each other. Maybe take some ibuprofen. Do what needs to be done. And then it's about 10:30 at night, 11, maybe 11:30. It's late when you guys get home again. I don't. Sorry. Hello. So, Lee.
Yes.
You guys, the fire department is fighting again down at the Midtown Midway. There's I don't even want to say it over the radio because other people might hear it and think I'm crazy. But you got to get over there, deal with it. Money in it. Don't just. I don't even want to. It's embarrassing to me.
Terry, punch it.
Oh boy, do you want to see me punch?
All right.
Here we go.
Roll it because the Waco team has now figured out that you screwed them over and they're going to be racing you there.
That's
So I'm rolling?
Terry loves hearing.
Yeah, Terry's going to roll. Yeah.
Terry loves hearing the words "punch it" in any context.
Only like 2.
Okay, what
This is your
particular move
hustle
am I
plus
rolling?
your power, so it's going to be 2d6 plus 3.
Okay, 2d6 plus 3. All right, cool.
Yep.
Boo, 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 boo. Roll 2d6. I got a 5 plus 3. That's an 8.
All right. So you arrive and see that. Well, we'll see. As you arrive, you see that the Thrilla Gorilla Frozen Banana Shop is a concession stand by the waterfront at the Midtown Midway, with a large 12-foot tall animatronic gorilla that's malfunctioned, injuring one of the employees and trapping another. Both the Metropolitan and City Fire Departments are on hand, but are fighting over jurisdiction while employees' lives are on the line. This is so embarrassing that, your boss didn't want to talk about it on the phone.
Are there any beautiful ladies who need saving?
It's hard to tell from this distance, but presumably.
Damn it.
Are there any moderately attractive ladies who have who might have a little bit lower self-esteem that will be willing to be
The kind of
saved?
people who go to the ice cream store at 11:30 at night might be the Terrence Marlowe types.
Hot dog! It's time for me to be my knight in rusted armor.
Mm-hmm.
I charge straight in there.
All right, so there is a crowd of like 15 people fist fighting, trying to spray it with hoses, but they're both arguing over the uptake.
I try to be the most heroic and grab both hoses and try to yank them from both groups of
All right,
people.
roll plus might.
All right, 2d6 plus 2.
Oh man, I got a 3, so plus 2, that's a 5.
All right. So, these guys, everyone looks at you as you try and grab the hoses. You think everyone's lifting you on their shoulders, and then they just throw you into the harbor.
Well, there's my bath for the month.
It's going to take you a few minutes to swim around, dry off, and get back on the boardwalk. Lizzie, Lee, Ed, what are you doing? There's this 8 feet tall gorilla, 10 feet tall. It's a big old gorilla, and it's kind of jammed against the front door, so it's just kind of on its side, hitting one fist against the plexiglass door, and the other one just dangerously swinging towards the kitchen.
Well, we have tranquilizer, right?
It's not alive. It's an animatronic.
Oh,
I mean,
animatronic.
I have tranquilizers. I don't think
That's not how robots work.
I don't care if you're a robot, if you are living flesh and blood. If you can see and feel and think, you know that I'm too beautiful to smash.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to try and open the door and just disabling palm this creature?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, first you got to get through the firefighters, and they just threw Terry in the harbor, and they do not like you.
They may not like me, but there's a difference between liking and admiring, and I'm very admirable.
Oh, by the way, Terry, these guys did recognize you, which is why they were so quick to throw you into the harbor.
No
Yeah,
such thing as bad press.
What do you want to do, Ed?
Yeah, I'm like they recognize us, right? So I'm going to just.
They recognize Terry. They see that they don't know who you are. They just see you have a bow tie, and they're a little.
I'm just going to look into their eyes and say, "I can fix this.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you believe me?"
All right, Cole, if you can paste the moves you took into chat so I can read them, that'd be wonderful.
Sure, one sec.
And Ed, roll Angel Eyes again. Lizzie, do you want to help this, or do you think it's too corny?
Yeah, I'll help, sure.
All right, roll to help.
7.
All right, roll 3 dice, Ed, and keep the best 2.
Okay. Plus smooth brings it to an 8.
All right.
Otherwise, which they redirect their hostility elsewhere.
All right, so they all think you're pretty cool and want to hear stories about if Abbey Road's a real place or not. But that gives Lizzie and Lee the opportunity to get through, because you're going to be stuck talking to these guys and charming the pants off them.
All right, I sneak past.
All right. So you and Lee are now facing a giant purple animatronic. Did I mention it was purple? This animatronic, dangerous robot. This thing, yeah. If this thing hits you, it's gonna hurt. You're gonna be feeling
It's grape ape.
Just ask yourselves,
an unlicensed grape ape. Yes.
what would Kavanaugh do? And the answer is be incredibly charming and handsome and skillful and fix everything. So you can't do that, but try to do as well as you can.
Can I disable the grape ape in some way?
How are you thinking of doing it?
I want to see. Well, first of all, I want to see if it has just like a power switch.
It might be internal or in the back. Do you want to assess the situation?
Yeah,
Go for it.
I have to roll for that, right?
Yep.
Oh boy, it's a 5.
All right. So, good news, bad news. You're able to open the door and get closer to it. It burrows past, it smashes you to the side. You're taking 2 harm, getting thrown against the railing of the bivouac, and it's heading over towards the Wentworth building to climb on top of it. Screams the robot as you realize it probably has an internal power source. And even worse news, it's heading straight for your ambulance.
Uh-oh.
Lizzie, you are between this thing and your ambulance.
No. Okay, is there anything near me that I could throw at it, or?
Well, anything you might find on a carnival midway, I guess. There are carts and firefighting equipment and.
Okay, I'll try picking up a cart and throwing it at the gorilla.
All right, just gonna try and roll a push cart at it.
Yeah.
All right,
my trip.
It feels like take a hit. You're gonna roll plus might.
Okay, that is 10.
All right. So you've managed to buy yourself time. Terry, you are coming around and you see this. It takes a second. It's got a few seconds because this was never going to last forever. But you have put a churro cart against the gorilla and it's impeded. Its legs are not properly going around and it's... Meanwhile, Lee, there are people who are hurt inside the restaurant.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm going to rush to their aid and try to administer some first aid.
All right. Are you bringing the stretcher with you?
Well, at first I want to assess the situation, see whether or not anyone needs a stretcher.
All right. You feel that since you just failed and assessed the situation, I'm going to say you can. They'll point out who's hurt. You know, it's pretty obvious. Someone's got a broken arm from when this thing hit him.
Okay.
And unfortunately, they've just spilled a lot of ice cream on themselves. You know. But,
can I reset the broken arm?
Roll it. There's a first aid kit in here, and I'm sure you have your EMT bag.
That's a 10.
All right. Do you have the move that gives you a bonus healing? Army vet or Army medic?
Yeah, that includes it.
All right. So, yeah, you're able to set it. If no substitutions needed, you wash them out, and you're able to walk them to the car. Terry, you're coming through. You see that Lizzie is trying to stop this thing. I assume you have some sort of weapon with you, either your crowbar or some sort of rifle.
Well, I was thinking it's a robot, right? And robots ain't like water. So what if I see that game where there's the water gun that shoots into the clown's mouth to pop the balloon?
All right.
And then I just
this
take
feels
one
like
of
a
them.
jailhouse jury rig to me.
Yeah, boy.
All right.
I'm gonna roll. Let me see. Open up the jailhouse jury rig.
Just where is it? All right, here. No.
What the goddamn is this? Hold on, I gotta search this
This
PDF.
right here. It's somewhere in the. I know I have it.
All right, jailhouse jury rig. But being on the inside makes you learn what you do. Okay. When you scrounge around looking for a specific item, such as a tool or part, roll plus brains. On a 10 plus, it's not exactly what you need, but it's close enough. On a 7 to 9, it can get the job done, but it'll only work once for a short time. Okay.
All right, roll it.
All right. Brain 0. Okay. All right. Let's roll it.
This is clutch.
Hallelujah. I roll an 8.
All right, so you are able to short circuit it just in time for Lizzie to scramble out of the way.
I am the Carnival King.
All right, but as you get in there, you notice Doreen Zhao, the woman, the ice cream worker. You recognize her, Terry, because you know everybody.
Oh, Doreen. It's nice to see you. Hope you're doing okay right now.
Except for the broken, so...
Would you be interested in being rescued in this situation?
Yeah, she gets into the back of the ambulance. It's like, ooh, you guys have seatbelts now.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So what are you guys talking about as you make your way back to the hospital?
I just want everybody to know that if that was a proper carnival game, I would have won at least enough tickets for one of them rubber pencil toppers.
I'm talking about the fact that a robot gorilla just climbed a building.
It was
I'm
going
eating
to. It
ice
didn't
cream.
get there.
I took some ice cream when no one was looking.
Nice. Low-key thief shit.
Well, you didn't
I'm
even
gonna
take some of the
go ahead and-
churros?
I'm just gonna
I
see
like ice cream more than
anybody who's
churros.
up.
Oh, there you guys go.
Anybody's going? Sure. Why not?
All right. So,
Some thematic emergency sirens from someone.
Guys.
This is Sweet Judy Blue Eyes copying.
Yeah.
What is it now?
There's a lot of rough-looking fellas asking a lot of questions. So if you guys can stop here ASAP, that would be wonderful.
Requesting permission to punch it, British guy.
As long as you are willing to accept any problems whatsoever at all, anytime.
Baby, my life is all problems. Consider it punched.
All right, Terry.
He's liable for everything.
Terry, you notice that there's a parking ticket underneath the windshield from when you were thrown in the harbor?
I proceed to reach out and pull it out from under the windshield wiper and say, "Awesome! I got rolling papers. Next time I feel like a smoke."
All right, Lee, you have the CB radio. You could try and investigate what's going on before you get there.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I want to radio around and see if anybody has any idea what's happening.
All right, roll plus connections, roll plus smooth.
$11.
All right, so who's your connection in the local mob?
The local mobster that I'm connected to is Fat Joe.
The rapper?
I don't know. I just made that up off the top of my head.
So did he.
There can be more than one Fat Joe.
Yeah.
He's actually very skinny, which is ironic.
Hey, how's it going, Lee? It's Joe.
Do you know what's going on right now?
Oh, you still working at the ambulance company?
I am indeed.
What are you doing moving undercover cops around the city?
What?
That's not good news. That's bad news. I think anyone could have told you that.
What are you talking about?
I got Skinny Roscoe's coming in here, and you just hear boom, boom in the back. I gotta get going. I shouldn't be talking to you.
All right.
Say hi to that British guy. He's really cute.
Okay, I will.
Talks all funny.
Wait. So he thinks we're moving undercover cops.
And hangs up. Yep.
Interesting.
Someone you guys have moved tonight was or is or died or is mistaken to be an undercover cop. Anyway.
Are you telling me I had the fuzz inside my precious rolling fortress? I feel very violated right now.
What's your take, Lizzie? You hate the man.
Was it Doreen, the ice cream lady?
She's still there, actually. I assumed you guys are going directly home instead of going to the hospital.
Well, it must have been the
the
bag of
donut
donut guy.
Yeah.
If I know anything from my years of experience, it's that you can trust beautiful redheaded ladies. And so, any beautiful redheaded ladies,
She waves her good arm. Where are we going? This isn't the hospital, guys. This looks more like your Terry. You actually. Gonna try and sneak up on this, or are you driving in at full bore?
I believe my good friend Sir Paul McCartney over here said that I lack all subtlety, so far be it from me to deviate from expectations at this point. I'm going full bore.
All right, so you guys careen into the front of the room, and then you see Bernie being menaced by some criminal thugs up on the upper catwalks where the cage is.
Hey, I said before, nobody gets between Truck Stop Terry and the pay window, and you folks don't look like you're collecting a payday.
What should I be here for this? Says Doreen. I'm just gonna walk to the house. I'll just call like 911. I'll get a.
Listen,
I'll
I'm
keep
hoping
you
that
safe.
in what.
I'll
All
keep
right,
you safe, and Truck Stop Terry can heroically intervene and fix everything else for everybody, because that's what he does. He is everybody's hero.
It's time for this beef boy to get in a ham slam. I think I'm actually going to move to put a beat down on these people.
All right, so you're crossing the distance. You might get shot in this unless there's a distraction going on, because
Wouldn't be
there's
the
a lot of
first
open
time.
ground. Lee, Lizzie, do you have a plan to help out here?
Oh,
I
boy.
never have a plan. I only improvise.
All right, do you have an improvise to help out here?
Well, I guess I could play some rock music. It's kind of what I do.
Good work.
Doubt, right?
Give
Yeah,
me some
that's
fighting
my
music,
go-to.
Lizzie.
You gonna plug
All right,
your
I
power into the sound system?
Yes. I start playing.
Lizzie, you know any Leonard Skinner?
Sure.
All right, roll it.
All right, I'm rolling the beat down.
I'm
First, we have
rolling,
to see how they get stunned.
I rolled 11.
All right. So, what song from your hits, from the hit parade, are you playing?
Well, I have a new hit. It's called Trucker Pheromones. It is inspired by Terry.
You're not the first person to call me their artistic muse. I just hit that level of inspiration in people.
Please don't.
All right, the mobsters put their pistols to their ears. They can't stand the music. It's too loud. Edward, Terry, you both have a moment to get in there.
I'm getting in there.
All right, roll to deliver a beatdown. I assume you have a crowbar, a tire iron, something of that nature.
I have my prison shiv.
All right.
Okay.
You know, with what they're paying you, they can afford a real knife. But I guess there's the artistic.
I am emotionally attached to this shiv because it got me through some spicy
Real
dealing
straight,
south of the border.
And it's still a good toothbrush.
All right. Let's see. I rolled a 4 plus my might is 2, so it's a 6. Okay.
All right, so these guys have real knives.
Oh
And
man.
you realize you brought a shiv to a knife fight. Luckily, you're surrounded by EMTs, but you just go in for it. You go in for the throat move, and one of them just pushes you back to the railing. And as he's about to shiv you, the railing, which has been poorly maintained because, you know, someone's been spending all their time cleaning up vomit instead of repairing this place, falls back, sending you soaring backwards onto the roof of the disco ambulance. You're taking two harm here.
Saved by OSHA violations.
All right. They've got their guns. They got their guns trained on Lee. I assume Lizzie's taking cover and rocking out from. Are you still in the ambulance, Lizzie?
Yeah, I am.
So poof! As Terry's
okay.
outline just flattens against the roof. All right, Lee.
Lisa, can you play like a slower Skinner jam now, like Simple Man
right.
or something?
Yeah.
I need to cool down.
I start playing a more slow, more healing type of song.
Did you take black belt in crazy, by the way? What's your other move?
Who, me?
Yeah, what's your other rocker move, Lizzie?
My other rocker move is groupie magnet. Rockers tend to gather groups of dedicated
Alright, so
fans
yeah,
around
you
them
should
who
have
will
had
do
more
really
fans
anything
in
to
the
please the
hospital.
rocker.
All right, so a few people are coming up the block having heard your music.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Lee, Eddie, what's the plan?
I'm charging in.
All right. That's going to be deliver a beatdown.
That's a 7.
All right. So pick one from the list or deal your harm. What weapon do you have on you?
I have a needle with a plunger, like a medical syringe.
A medical syringe. Yeah. The guy you jab it into seems very upset and throws you just inches away from Terry. You almost fall on the siren. You've taken out one of the guys. He's just like freaking out because he figures you jabbed him with something toxic. But you're taking 2 harm as well.
Okay.
Once you're at 4, you have you roll with something less for all physical rolls.
Yeah, I'm taking 4 harm at this point.
So you're feeling pretty bad. Lizzie, another bump. Eddie, what's your plan? These guys are gonna throw Bernie down on top of you guys. And he's no spring chicken. He's only like 30 years old. In 77.
Yeah, I'm oh, good lord. I think at this point, I'm cutting my losses and saying, "Hey, you're attractive. I'm attractive. Let's
Let's
get
Doreen
away
is,
from all of this bullshit and not do too much harm to each other."
all right, she's willing to escape. Lizzie, Eddie seems to be walking out on you guys. What do you do?
I mean, we could just drive away. I mean, there's nothing stopping us.
Except that your boss would die and there goes your job.
I
That's
could
your
get
job.
another
That's
job.
not my job. Because I don't have a job. Because I don't work.
You
for
were looking
anybody.
for a case. This is you were a secret agent. This is the mafia.
You said you're a secret agent. I didn't say anything about secret agents. That was you.
I ain't run away from anybody who's harming the pay window. Cause I'll tell you, Truck Stop Terry is about 2 things: getting laid and getting paid. And I've done enough laying on the roof of this ambulance. I think
So
I'm
you
gonna
grab Edward before he can walk away. You're just like the mobsters are staring at you like, what the fuck is happening?
Can I like do like some kind of like super strength hammer throw, like Irish whip throw Edward like at them like
You don't have the angle, but you can certainly stare at him with those hardcore prison eyes and tell him that if you think you're afraid of the mob, you should be afraid of me. Because the mob stops hitting when you're done, and I won't. You can certainly cut a promo on Edward Kavanaugh if you'd like.
I'll tell you one thing, Mr. British boy. If you take one more step away from this fight scene, I'm gonna take that bow tie and make it a bow on your head, cause you're gonna be my little pretty princess, and you're gonna regret ever taking your James Bond hiney any more than 2 feet away from Truck Stop Terry's pay window.
All right, Lee, you're also feeling a little bit better. I mean, able to move. Ooh, someone's popular. All right, Lizzie.
I was getting a phone.
You do have that flaming guitar, and these guys don't know about that functionality. Maybe it's your shot.
All
You
right,
can figure it out.
I'll flamethrower them. All right, here we go.
yeah,
I'm gonna roll.
Deliver a beatdown.
That is plus strength, or
Yep. Plus might.
oh, plus might. Okay, 10.
All right, that's gonna help.
Fuck yeah.
Downside, you definitely drive off the mafia. One of them just does a Wilhelm scream as he falls and misses the ambulance, falling on some IV stuff. You know, some dirt. He trips over a pile of vomit, still in the carpet, and stunned. Unfortunately, there's sort of a lot of residual fire going on.
Residual fire.
So,
What do you
Terry,
mean, unfortunately, that's a plus.
well, you put some of your best concert posters in your locker, and you realize if this place burns down, you're gonna have to go to the copy shop, and that place is closed. So,
Oh,
Lee,
Now
all
is
right,
a
I
good.
reached for the fire extinguisher.
why don't you roll 2d6? I'll give you a chance at luck, but I wonder how well maintained it is.
9.
All right, it's good. You're just gonna have to get close.
All right, I get close.
All right,
I'm
take
not
a
afraid of
harm.
fire.
All right, take a
okay.
harm and put out that fire. Bernie is somewhat thankful for your assistance and wants to know what the hell that was about in multiple ways.
Your guess is as good as mine, man.
I hope yours is a little better than mine.
I didn't betray anybody, so
That's
Like-
a suspicious sentence.
you say that, but do you know? Because you don't.
You said I didn't betray anybody. Lee, is that suspicious?
No,
No.
it isn't.
Guess I'm going crazy then. I try and say it every day. I'm not going crazy, but I'm going crazy.
I'm a very
Really?
trustworthy, non-betraying person. That's how I am,
That's what you said at the interview.
and that's why you can trust me.
Is consistent. That is consistent. Lee, you're a reporter. What happened?
Jesus, I wish I knew. What did happen? Like, do I have any idea of what's going on? Honestly,
You have as much idea in character as out.
oh boy.
Why don't I get a pizza delivered? You guys figure this out.
I think
It
this
smells
is
like
time.
vomit in here.
This is time.
I
for
want
one of
pepperoni
Tru-
on it.
I think this is time for the work of the master storyteller, Truck Stop Terry, to recount the wonderful adventures that have heretofore happened. And
You
so,
save my life. You get pepperoni. That's good.
You know what?
British guy, Kavanaugh. What's your least favorite food?
My least favorite food? Crawfish.
All right, it's gonna be a crawfish and pepperoni pizza.
God damn it.
oh hell yeah!
The other
All
thing
right,
I
truck
say
stop.
is-
I can't believe I'm saying this, but truck stop Terry, please tell me what's happened tonight. Also, here's a tip. Here's your bon- he goes to the cash box and he gives you guys each $15 extra for saving him,
Oh yeah!
which
All right.
is 4 times as much in the 70s, and the rest is going to repair the ambulance.
If all else fails, at least Truck Stop Terry will tell an interesting story. Which
Well, first
Oh,
we
I'm
went.
sure.
First we went for your first assignment. We picked up those stiffs from the coffin warehouse,
I
and
won't
then
say
on the,
it's a true story, but it will be interesting. And
we could say
God
it's based
bless you,
on true
Truck Stop
events.
Terry.
We believe in truth over facts. No, that's stupid. Nobody should say that.
No, God bless Truck Stop Terry, because nobody else will.
First we picked up bodies at the coffin warehouse. Then while we were there, we were stopped by the what's the name of the other guys? These other jabronis. They were stopping us. And then we go to this other house and we find Joey Bag of Donuts dead, near death with a hole in his chest. We take him back, and then we go to the carnival, and McGilla Gorilla's going all crazy. And sure enough, I remember my carnival training, and I used the water gun.
Keep going.
I used my youthful carnival training to kill McGilla Gorilla with the clown water gun, and then this was after I single-handedly fought off 2 firefighter squads. I beat them so soundly that I decided to take a celebratory swim in the ocean, which is why I do not.
I wonder what that smell was.
It
It
is
seemed
not
very
my
wet still.
It is not my usual musk, but I will adapt and incorporate this new scent into my scent library. And then
Lee, tell me the rest of the story.
Oh God. I have no idea what the story is at this point, to be honest. I wish I knew.
Wicked. Lizzie, you tell. So, he beat up the
All
fire
I know-
department.
all I
which
know
you
is
must
we
have
got
loved because
back
you still
here.
love setting things on fire.
Well, we got back here, and then I gave the best performance of my life, and none of my fans saw it.
We did, said like 4 people who were near the end.
I missed
Oh,
something. I
I
missed
blow a kiss
something.
at them.
There's an important thing I learned tonight that I think is a very important lesson that will deepen the quality of my life going forward, and that's that seriously likes getting choked.
Is this true? Seriously?
This is not true. I do not like getting choked.
Why would you say that?
It keeps happening to me even though I don't want it to.
Oh, he likes to play that hard to get angle.
You guys play the hard to like angle, and you're playing it to the hilt.
That's not the only
British
thing I
guy,
put to the
tell
hilt.
me why the mafia's involved.
Because they're so very difficult to prove that they're involved. I mean, how else are the mafia involved, right? Like,
That doesn't make sense.
that's why they're involved. Because it doesn't make sense. I'm British. Shut up.
You have to listen to me. I'm British.
I'm incredibly British, and Queen Elizabeth and Winston Churchill and all that kind of thing. So shut up. It's probably the Italians' fault. Let's be real. Look, you know those Italians. They can't be trusted.
Not that kind of not that kind of gaming show. All right, so you guys saved me from the mob. The mob was trafficking in after-duty body parts. One of the FBI agents was at the warehouse and he drove his car away and he got shot. I'm like, does this make any sense?
I feel like you got the gist of it, yes.
All right, then maybe you guys should keep the FBI agent alive and not let him get killed in the hospital. $20 bonus, you guys keep the FBI agent alive.
All right, that's all I need to hear.
full
I get
Whoever was the
I get
biggest
into the
anime
disco
fan?
ambulance.
It's
Whoever was
wrecked.
the biggest anime fan, they're guilty. You should kill them.
What's that?
I said that the filthy communist.
All right,
traitors
so guess who's
is a fan of anime.
you guys hear a siren coming down the street, and you bet you guys there were 3 guesses could figure it out in one guess who it is. It ain't the police.
It's
Waco.
whatever.
Wake up.
Actually, it is
Yeah.
a police car with a certain officer who hates you guys and the Waco Ambulance Company. So what do you do?
Can we just sneak away in the disco ambulance?
I have diplomatic
It's kind of
immunity.
dented because 2 people fell into it.
I don't care. It still works, right?
Well, yeah.
Diplomatic immunity.
It's not the first time it was dented with the way Terry drives.
All
Yeah,
right,
she
Terry,
just
you
has
gonna
a
try and get behind the wheel of the dented. The ceiling is lowered. You guys kind of have to push against.
I try to undent the ceiling while I'm in there.
It's quite a work.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's just my lovely lady trying to get closer to me.
I
Oh God!
am not inclined to explain the moronic. I don't even know the moronic plans of anybody else involved, but I have diplomatic immunity, so probably arrest Terry. Let's be real.
All right,
Everything's
so,
Terry's fault.
Lee, what's your plan? You getting into the disco ambulance? One last ride?
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
All right, Terry, you need to roll plus hustle plus the. I'm going to give you a +1 instead of a +2 because this thing seems very damaged.
All right, roll plus. Okay, so
2d6 +2. If any of you guys want to help, describe how you're doing that. Let's get that full screen of Terry.
ooh man,
Oh,
I
Can I
rolled a 3 plus 2. That's a 5.
All right, so who's going to help out?
She's giving it all she's got, Captain. I think we need some help.
I can't change the laws of physics.
I'm gonna give it a Fonzie slap.
Nice.
See if that works.
Give it a roll. 2d6 plus 1.
$11.
All right. Roll one more die, Terry, and keep the top 2.
So now I'm rolling.
With
I'm
something
rolling-
extra.
Roll 1d6. Okay.
Yeah, run 1d6 and combine your
Okay.
top 3 and top 2. 2 plus
Oh,
2
boy.
plus 2.
That equals 6, if I remember my arithmetic.
All right, so you managed to make it to the hospital with the Waco ambulance basically bumping into you the entire time. And the cops right behind you. You notice the what was that fish market you went to last time, Lizzie? With the mob run fish market?
Oh, the fish market.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was called.
Landeezy's fish market. Don't
Yeah,
look
there
it
you
up.
go.
Is you notice one of their trucks is in the hospital parking lot, suspicious for 12:30 in the morning.
They've
And
been,
you guys are now
having
being
gunfights over there
faced-
again.
Yeah. You guys are gonna have to get to the ER before these guys these two. What's the plan?
All right, we park as close to the door as possible, and then we just bolt out of the ambulance into the hospital.
All right, who's gonna keep these guys busy?
Me!
How?
I'm going to regale them with the story that when I hauled from Juarez, Mexico, all the way to Seattle.
All
to
right. So Terry's just getting whomped. Luckily, you're in the hospital parking lot, but this is going to be not the best shift. Lee, Eddie, Lizzie, you guys are just rushing through the hospital to the ER.
Yeah.
You see a bunch of guys who are clearly, no-neck bruisers who've clearly just stolen, scrubs from a nearby container. And they're making their way slowly but surely to the end of the hall.
I want to see if I can distract them.
What's the plan?
I'm gonna crash a cart into them.
All right. Roll plus brains. I feel like this is just quick thinking.
Oh boy, that's
Lizzie, some of your fans are hanging out. The real loser cases hanging out at the
And
hospital.
50 cents per autograph.
All right. You got a swarm of people. What did you get, Lee?
I got a 4.
All right. So you and Terry, I think, have both failed enough to level up. So that'll be fun for the next adventure. But you get a gunshot. The things are going crazy. You're down for the count. Luckily, you are in the ER. So, of all the places to be shot to get a bullet through the shoulder, could be worse. Eddie, Lizzie, you have your crowd of people who are all charging towards you to get autographs. Eddie, what's your plan?
Well, that looks like human meat shields to me, honestly. They're gonna... I stand with them in between me and the other guys.
All right. Eddie, what's the plan? Because this looks like it's going to be a gunfight at a hospital. Very American.
Yeah, the plan seems to be shit. Write down what happened with the gunfight at the hospital, and
I mean, you're a squeamish guy. You probably have a British sensibility. People being shot would be very rude. So for that reason, you probably don't want it to happen.
like I'll record who's getting shot, who's shooting.
You're going to let them shoot Lizzie.
God damn it! Is Lizzie gonna get shot?
That's a possibility.
Wait, do I still have a gun from the last time?
You do.
I do. Okay, I'm
Have you
gonna
been
try
carrying
shooting
a gun with you during your entire time?
I guess I forgot. I was drinking, and then I forgot I had a gun. Okay, I push through the fans and start shooting back at them.
All right, so Edwin, your moment of heroism is stolen from you. Why don't you smoke their ass? Roll plus hustle.
Sounds good. I was gonna save the lady in danger, but she's fine. So save myself, I guess.
I roll. Wait, what's my hustle? It is 1. So I got 7.
All right. You can move to get a better shot, put yourself in danger, and take these guys down, or ping away at them, and it'll still be a problem, but you'll be safe.
Okay, I'm gonna ping away at them.
All right, so you get to cover. You take a pot shot at one of them, hit him in the elbow. The other one is still firing and moving in to finish the job. Lee, you've managed to hit one of them with a cart. You have a moment here. You could run around, you could flank, you could go through the operating theater and try and get to the recovery room first. What are you thinking?
I want to see if I can get to the recovery room.
All right, roll plus soul. This is pure luck. You know, you might have been in here a few times before, but
That's a 10.
all right. So you managed to make it. Joey Bagadanazio is there. He's waking up. There's your story. You might have time to barricade the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to barricade the door. I'm gonna push a machine in front of it.
All right. He's just waking up. He's like, "Hey, you're the guy who saved my life.
Yeah, we did. We're trying to save it now.
Thanks." The gunfire is not particularly inspiring.
Well, we're working on it.
You gotta get me out of here.
Why is that?
There's this underground ring. They're selling body parts. The mob.
X-Tech?
Yeah, I was trying to stop them. I got got at the hospital.
I'm writing all this down in my journal.
Oh, fucking report. Thanks.
Listen, man, it's a story. You know how it is.
He's gonna clam up on you. Edward, there's a crush of people moving towards you. They're just fleeing. They heard gunshots at the hospital. They're trying to get out the front door. What's the plan?
The plan is to say, I realize you're worried, you're scared, but I'm worried and scared too. So don't bother me.
All right, angel eyes. Just have them.
Let's go with it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I rolled a 6.
All right, so Edward, very injured at the hospital. Terry, very injured at the hospital. Lizzie, doing okay. Lee, doing okay. Lizzie, you notice that they're getting to the door and they can't open it. It's barricaded. You have a bunch of diehard fans. You're going to grab like those IV holders and medical equipment and just, you know, you guys have the numbers. It's 2 of them and like 8 of you.
You know what? Yeah, let's. I get everyone to get all the extra hospital equipment and like shove them into the kind of smother them because we got them trapped.
Deliver a beatdown. That's plus might.
Alrighty. Plus might. Here we go. Only 4.
All right, so you managed to beat the crap out of these guys just in time for the officer to come in and see you smashing an IV cart into someone's. Like, and he's like, Lizzie, I have to tell your probation officer.
Hospital.
Yeah, no, they're going down, but you're getting arrested. You're let out. Terry, you're able to just see Lizzie get dragged into the back of a cop car.
No, I can't go back. I can't go back to jail.
Say hi to my friends on the inside.
All right, so Lee, you have most of a story. Edward, you have just another unpleasant story about violent Americans. Terry, you have new bruises, but
I'm gonna name this one Jimmy,
and this one John, and this one Philip.
Well, I think we've all learned a lesson. If there's any other way that you can get to the hospital, drive yourself, drag, take a jet, plane, a bicycle, a hot dog cart, just whatever you do, please don't take the disco ambulance. And that's
Unless
the
you
adventure.
wanna get fucked.